Well, all right. I want to welcome everybody to another episode. It's the Rikishi Driver Talk Show, and it is December the 6th, 2020. And these episodes are always powered by Knox Pro Entertainment. So I hope everyone is doing well. I want to take this time to say thank you for tuning in. Before we start this show, I'm going to respectfully ask if you're watching this video and listening to this show, I want you to hit the like button and hit the share button below the screen there. And I want to thank everybody for also sending and showing some love. You see all the donations that's been coming in. Thank you guys uh, for showing the love and respect to be able to keep this show here going. But anyways, this week has been crazy. It's just damn 2020. Uh, just recently on December the 4th, I was reminded. Of course, I never forget. Uh, it's been 11 years since my brother Ekifatu, the great Umanga, has passed away, and just to say it wasn't a good day for me on December 4th, and of course my whole entire family. To be able to lose a loved one is just, we know it. 2020 has been one hell of a year for everyone, not only for our family, but just everyone throughout the world. And my condolences go out there to everyone. And also, we also lost one of the greats in the business, the great Pat Patterson, another WWE Hall of Famer. Um, Pat, was very, very close to our family, the Samoan dynasty in the industry. And I'm sure that he had a lot to do with a lot of those that are in the industry, behind the scenes, in front of the scenes, being able to give his mind and, his genius thoughts of how this industry works. He was just all that and some. And so my condolences goes out to Pat's entire family, and know this, that the family of the WWE has definitely lost one of the great ones here in our industry. And I want to, I woke up yesterday, and on my feed, I was just so saddened to know that, you know, one of the Usos that I've known for a long time, uh, or the iconic group of the Booyah tribe, the brother Gangster Red, Paul, has passed away. And so I mean, he was so influential in a lot of not only our Polynesian Samoan kids coming up in the industry and throughout the world, but damn it, man, we rode to a lot of his songs back in the day on the road. The BSK crew, and to wake up to hear this sad news about brother Paul passing away, Gangster Red, to the world. It's just so heartbreaking. And so I'm very, my condolences goes out to him and the entire, all his brothers, entire DeVoe family. Lo'olo Fakumo, go. So we talked about, we're talking about hip hop, and I have a very, very special guest today. And I've been a fan of this kid for a while. I think it was 4 years now. So I became a fan. Actually, one of my nephews sent me a link to this kid, and his name was the Poetik 685. And there's no doubt that I love hip hop music. I love all type of music, but hip hop is just born and raised from the Bay Area. That's all that I was around. Listening from Mac Mall uh, to Too Short to E40. So when I got the link to this artist here, this Samoan artist, ever since then, when I played his music, I download him, and as I'm watching his career go, like I can hear in his voice that this kid here was just growing. There was so much uh, in him that to be able to, telling his story. But what got me very interested in this kid was being from Samoa, 685 area code 684. And to be able to have the knowledge of what he's speaking poetically was amazing to me. So I want to read this little, what I found here. It says, born in New Zealand, but raised in Apia, Samoa. The world got its first taste of Poetik on his 3 independently released street albums, The Ambassador, For the Ville, and Poetically Done, the latter of which also debuted at #1 on iTunes, New Zealand's hip-hop chart in 2017. Known for his outspoken opinions on racism, Polynesian culture, mainstream media, and for putting Samoan hip-hop on the map, fans have called him the Poly Tupac, a reference to the late great controversial MC Tupac, who was known for controversial topics and his grassroots support his community and local radio are now dubbing Poetik one of the most disruptive voice in local music. Homofied, all the new music recorded after winning the 2018 Most Promising Pacific Artist Awards and features of the Ryan's #15 Top 40 New Zealand single, Let's Kick, featuring Mellow Downs and the highest charting single to date. Poetik knows firsthand, winning the 2018 Philip Fuemana Most Promising Pacific Artist Award in May. In honor of that, made hip-hop fans and media take notice. Wow. This guy has reached 100 combined streams on Spotify, YouTube, and his independent release video, numbering over 20, and have over 1 million combined views. Shit. Tell me this kid ain't been putting in work. All right, with further ado, I would like to bring in the Uso so he can tell his story. I am very honored to have this guest of mine for tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only from the 685, Poetik.
I am the truth. When I spit it's vodka, nigga, straight absolute. I tell them run these facts, don't just assume. Every neighborhood I slide through, OG salute. I'm like cancer to the block, I pollute. Black Panther fist, tell my sis and my pull it oos. Enemies hit my spot, but get snoozed. Body marked and battle scars, flea bites and tattoos. Fake friends had to drop them fools. Middle finger to the industry, fuck your rules. Face killer as I slide with a tool. Hardcore criminals that are chasing the jewels. Straight facts. I put my city on the map, got my city on my back. Relax, you better recognize the facts, bitch. My fingers hurt counting stacks. Bank account sitting way fat. You better.
Wow. Malo soy fua.
Malo soy fua, jongen.
Wow.
Malo King, Malo King.
Man, I am so happy to have you as a guest on my show here today at the Rikishi Drive. How have you been, son?
I'm still here. I'm still going. I'm good. Thank you. We're still putting in work. We're going to, keep it going. Keep pushing.
Yeah. So, where part of the world are you coming out of now?
Well, I'm from Samoa, but I'm currently based in Auckland, New Zealand. Yeah. And I'm here until COVID, depletes.
Well, I want to say this. Congratulations to all your accomplishments. Like I mentioned earlier on the show, I've been following you for the last 4 years. I've definitely, hear it in your music and see in your grind how much you've been you've been hustling. What is it that for you that made you become a want to go to the journey of being a rapper?
Because I can't sing. My dad's a singer from the old days, so he was like, son, if you can't sing, if you can't hit the note, just play the piano.
Yeah,
So yeah, and then just hip hop. Growing up in Apia, it's real West Coast. So everyone that comes back from home from LA and across Cali, they bring the tapes. And then it was
yeah.
CDs. So we grew up before like the new stuff straight from there, and it just yeah, it resonates well with us.
And
Plus,
how
sorry.
good. And how was your grind? Also, like be able to get your music out. How take us down that journey? Like, what were you thinking, and what was your system?
Um, in Samoa, there's nothing like this is before we had iPhones and like computers and Facebook and all the social media marketing that's free and available today. Back then, we were just trying to get on radio and trying to get to LA, but it's hard out there. There's no opportunities in Samoa for hip hop music, especially if you try to do it in English. Because we was rapping in English, and they were like, "If you come a gangster, boys, yeah,
Yeah,
Samoans and Samoa, like if they think you're trying to be a certain way, you get slapped,
no,
we would go to shows and perform in Samoa, and they want to be like, So
yeah,
coming overseas and getting into catching up with the world and technology because Samoa was still 50 years behind in technology. Coming over here and learning on the trade of how to just market yourself through your iPhone and go from there. That's where I'm at now. Everything I conduct is from my phone. I still ain't never owned a laptop. That's why I came over here to the radio station to borrow Jazz's laptop. Shout out Base FM. Thank you. Love you.
wow. And
Yeah.
so, you know, just because I'm sure there's, we've lost an icon in our industry has been influential, to my life as well. The Uso Gangster Red a couple days ago, and can you tell me a story? I've seen that photo of you and Gangster Red that you posted up on your IG. What was the influential, or if he did, in your life as far as with the music of what you're doing today?
Um, in Samoa, back in like the year 2099, the only Samoan rappers we ever had back home was Booyah Tribe at the time that we had access to, like with the CDs and the tapes. And that sound that they had, it was just, when you hear those voices sing, that the Mafia Lifestyle album to us was like, yeah, the soundtrack to the streets at the time we were running through it. And it just inspired me, like, yeah, we can do it too as Samoans.
Yeah.
We can do it too. And yeah, from there I just tried my best to maintain and keep it moving. And we last time we linked up was over here. He was over here. He was down for a few months, and it was just good to just chill, catch up every other day, every second, third day of the week. And he's got so many stories, that inspire. All he did was inspire to me and uplift. And especially in the industry, the further along you go, it gets harder to. It's like quicksand in a way. Sometimes it just the more success you get, it's harder to just go through it. But he was like, I've been there, I've done that. Check this out. Try this and take care of your heart and your spirit. We might be a bit different than other people because we're very emotional. Us as Samoans, we just like that. But we're also a lot of love. It's all love. So he gave me a lot of insight in that regard.
Yeah, man. I mean, definitely the Booyah tribe has kicked down a lot of walls for a lot of us, and even in the industry as well. um, I read here, they kind of talk about your lyrics of Fakusa Lavango like to like Tupac. How does that make you feel when they say stuff like that? Like your skills is like the words of poetry you spit out. I mean, being compared to Tupac, man, that's heavy, son. So what are your thoughts on that?
And humbled, and it's a lot to live up to. I feel like
Yeah,
personally, I don't think I'm there, so I'm trying to get there and just honor the codes and yeah, just stay true to it. Pac was the biggest influence for us too, as far as yeah, that time before he passed. Yeah.
and when you write when you're writing your lyrics, son, I mean, because just for our people, some more kids that are listening and are watching, what is it that that make Poetik who Poetik is today? Coming from the islands, we listen to the music,
Mm.
but to step out the block, to come out from the village and I'm gonna go do this. What is that?
Yeah, I think for us, like, yeah, the homies I came up with and we just try to stay true to who we are,
Yeah,
where we were from and where we were at the time, which is up here, and it's like this little section that's like the West Coast, but like 100 years ago, no skyscrapers, no jobs, no, you know, you either like
a lot of ideas.
a lot of Valimas, yeah, we spent $1 million on Valima, man.
Yeah,
um, yeah, we just tried to stay true to what we saw, and a lot of our stories of from America, from New Zealand, it comes from everyone that gets sent back home. Like the Usos, that come back from Amalika, they serve their time, or they come back to move and experience the life. If you're a naughty teenager in New Zealand, you'd get sent back to grandpa over there or something like that. So we all like connect out there, and we got like this little hip hop thing going. We start breakdancing on the seawall. People doing the flares and the windmills and jandals. It's crazy. There's no there's no cool shoes, no nothing like that.
yeah.
So we try to incorporate that into it, and then I finally got off the rock and came out. So
Mhm.
yeah, I went to New Zealand, America, Australia, and I've been out here for 10 years just trying to grind and yeah,
And,
get this
and
moving.
and how was that experience getting off the rock, going to New Zealand? Come on, Samoa, Kako. We just in the village now. You just going out. You going out to the world now. What was
Yeah.
that? What was that feeling?
Sorry.
You're
You
good.
there?
Yeah, we kind of
Yeah.
lost you for a minute.
We're back.
Yeah, we're back.
Yeah, I think the trippiest thing for me was how much food people had. Like I went to my cousin's house and opened the fridge and they were apologizing, like, sorry, we gotta go down the road to the store and get some food. And I was like, man, but you got like a full refrigerator. Our fridge inside, we don't even turn it on because we can't afford to waste power. You want ice water? Just drink the tap water. So the food, and then like the help that you get in the community, like you get your check on the first of the month, kind of thing,
Yeah.
stuff like that. It just tripped me out because we don't got none of that back home.
You,
Like,
you know that I think that's what makes us who we are. You know what I mean? No matter how much like people ask, you blow up so high, Kishi, but you're still this humble cat. Well, I always say it's because where I'm from is where we, when you come from like Kalaku Pusaisa, just ice water, booty pee pee,
yeah,
nothing else phases us when we, like a ribeye steak or, I mean, champagne. I don't trip off of none of that. That doesn't do me anything. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And so that has a lot to do with, us being true, like you talk about being true to who we are, exactly. The culture of our Samoa, we're always going to be that. And I think that has a lot to do with a lot of success of, us that understand what it is. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So when
100%, 100%.
when you open up a refrigerator and you see, some milk and some cereal and some,
Man,
some lunch meat, that's like a that's like a gourmet dinner.
man, I got excited. They had cheese. I never had cheese in my life. They had eggs. Like in Samoa, we got chickens, right? But man, we were that poor that we didn't even have a chicken. we just had a bird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, so tell me about homicide. What's for the listeners? What does that mean to you, and how did that come about?
Homicide, man, that's like the slang in Samoa at the time. Like 20 years ago, they'd be like, you know, when we were coming up, we were trying to hang out with the older brothers, you know, trying to like get a kapa'o or something, and they were like, you just kick it over there, man, you know, this and that, and then catch on to the lyrics of what they're kicking. And homicide was one that I heard a lot. They're like, yo, man, just chill, you know, keep it homicide and stuff like that. You know, like when they say stuff this way, like, nah, man, do it the homicide way, homo style. And yeah, we were homo style for real. Because you ask anyone in Samoa that know me, man, I walked through Samoa 2 years with no shoes at all. You know, and I know some people be like, that's makanga, man. I was like, hey, man, I'm just embracing the land, bro.
Yeah. We definitely know how to adapt to the ghetto when we come to the States, man. You know what I mean? It ain't nothing new.
I was trying to, that was my plan. That was my life plan, to come to America, but join the army in Pango. So I was like, cool, I got 2 more years and then I'm 17 and I'm gonna go over there out there and you know, join the army and enlist and go. Cause that's what my little brother did. My little brother's stationed out in the States now. So he said that, Tony, I landed in Louisiana and he went training in the swamps and they had the M16s up. They were walking through the swamps and then a mosquito hit him. I was like, it was like the size of my whole hand. So I was like, oh, I'm glad I didn't go to the army, bro. So we only got to come out in little mosquitoes. So I was like, no, thank you. You can take that mosquito.
I offer Samoa. You
know, yeah.
Wow. But, so how's the new project? I see you got this. Tell me about this Facts, man. This new this thing here is fire. Like I really took time to kind of listening to the lyrics that you're spitting out. There's just so much just power coming out on this video here. What is this about?
I guess it's about life, man. To be honest, you know, I learned a lot of lessons the hard way, and the one thing that I was kind of feel poco with, I thought I knew better. I put my heart out in everything that we do, and I go, nah, I'm gonna do this the Samoa way. But the industry is kind of built a different way, and it's business. It's, you know, it's about profit. It's about money, not money. So I learned that the hard way, and I got kind of burned in a few areas. But you know, I like to keep it real on tracks like that. It's a hard ass beat from Smokey. So I was just like, man, let's just run it straight and come out swinging with the first track off the album. This is the debut album. The next one we just filmed last night. That was a tough shoot because, you know, we were drinking all day when we heard about Red. And people pulled up to the shoot from the hip hop community here in Auckland. They're still drinking. You know, I just got off the phone with them now. They're still drinking. Like, everyone's hurting out here. And we managed to get that shoot done. That's kicking in tomorrow and edit and be released this weekend. Yeah.
You know, you talk about the industry. The beautiful thing, if I can say anything in advice of, you know, the industry itself, like even coming from my experience from my industry. Ogako Samoa. I've always told you we don't play. We know your worth. You know, and sometimes when the industry tries to keep, you know, don't want to play ball or don't recognize your talent or don't realize it, or you just not the one to fit in during the time. Well, that's when I say fuck it and move the other way. There's always another door for you. You believe in your worth. You believe in your talent. There may be that side there, whatever radio station, whatever wrestling club, that wasn't for me. And so I am very proud of you, of your decisions. I'm very proud to hear the knowledge that you are spitting out, you know, because it's each one teach one. You represent a kid that, you know, and myself as well, and my entire family, is we're guys that come from Samoa, a small rock on the island. And to be able to come out to this world here, huge America, and try to make a stamp to do what we do, it gets very difficult sometimes. It's a lot of haters and a lot of those that just maybe we just don't fit in those. And so at the end of the day is, hey, man, we got to keep pushing forward, you know. And when I got a chance to listen, I watched that video, man. It's just so much power. I was so proud, just how you just spitting out, and these are things that when you're spitting out things like this, there's things that you go through in life. You can't spit out certain things, and you don't you don't understand what it is. It's obviously things that we've gone through, and so continue the good work. Continue to push forward. I'm wishing you a lot of success and so forth, and congratulations on the website, man. All
Thank
the
you.
new poetic gear there.
I got some coming out to you.
Yeah, man. Yeah, there it is right there. Go ahead and explain that.
Oh, good looking. So yeah, I gotta do the re-up tonight, actually.
Yeah, I
the
like
whole
that.
website.
In the Ville.
Yeah, everything we do is for the Ville. It's for the village. So that's why we named the record label For the Ville Entertainment.
That's nice.
Everything is about service. That's how Pacific Island people are. We serve the village and we serve our people and God, of course. And we just wanted to incorporate that into what we do. We're still building. We're still young. Still learning the hard lessons. And we're just gonna keep going, man. Yeah.
There you go.
I gotta tell you this, man. Like this is like early 2000s, and in Samoa, because we didn't have a TV back then, and we were in high school, and on Saturday nights, Televisa Samoa, you might get lucky. You might get like an hour of wrestling on TV because it was always random. Samoa, it's never like back then. Like it could be like some other shit, like on at the wrong time.
Yeah,
it could be a play school or something. So at night, we would go next door to my Uncle Valentine's house, and because he's got a TV, just look through the window and see if wrestling's on. And if wrestling's on before the movie comes on, we're in there. And it was always you and Brock. So you guys were like the only two guys that we could see at the time that was like, damn, man, we can actually go somewhere and do something, man. Look at the big Usos, man. They're out here throwing people out of the ring, it was crazy. Everyone will come too. Once that's the thing about the village. Once someone found out, there's no cell phones, do they? Come over here right now. There's none of that. Yeah. It's like there's something in the air, like sounds like there's wrestling down the road. And 5 minutes later, you got 50 cousins in the house, like trying to move over, get a spot, watch this TV, on Saturday night, and then we got to go back home, go sleep because you got to do the umu in the morning before church.
Yeah. The culture goes on, man. Well, man. You know what, son? I'm sure, we talk about those stories. I'm sure there's kids back home in the islands when you hit the stage as well. They're probably doing the same thing. And that's the inspirational, motivation that, that our culture and our kids and just everybody needs, man. Like, if they can do it, we can do it,
I appreciate you, man.
All love,
I remember the first time I see you, like, share something of ours. I was like, is this the real Rikishi? Just what? No. I looked because I was just learning how to use the Instagram. And I was like, Jordan. I told everybody, man. I wrote it in the email, told my dad. I was like, Dad. Yeah. Thank you for your love.
It's all love. It's all love. Lelo po kikiroko na ingo no vai le mare ko kikiroko. Say no follow my kakare aware.
Yeah, man.
Well, listen, man. Before we get off on my time here, you got any last words that you want to say to our listeners that's listening in?
Man, yeah. Just keep God first. Look after yourselves and your families and your people. And Red, I love you. I love you, bro. Big bro. I miss you and I'll see you again soon. Love to all our family out in LA. Yeah. And thank you, sir, for having me on. I appreciate you. Wow. Rikishi, man. Come on, man.
I love you too. So
thank you, sir. Much love.
You keep up the good work, son. And I hopefully that after this pandemic is over with 2020, we can cross paths together. We can do us a track together. How about that?
Definitely.
All right.
Definitely. Tight.
Yeah, okay. Alofaku, man. You have a good one. Alofaku kakwai nga. Okay?
Fafkai.
Yeah.
God bless.
All right. God bless you. Poetik. Thank you for coming on. Wow. Well, there it is. The one and only, the original out of a 685, 684. The Uso Poetik. Beautiful testimonial, beautiful to hear his stories of his journey of a kid that's from the Rock, like myself, the Rock meaning the island of Samoa, to be able to, you know, put your mind to something, and that's what he wanted to do. And, you know, years later, he's a huge, the numbers don't lie, over 1 million people's views. Huge rapper in the industry. So, you know, I hope that, you know, his stories and our stories that motivate you that are listening to this show, that, you know, anything is possible. You put your mind to it. Don't let the system, you know, try to control your journey, the destiny where you need to get in life, in your profession. And as always, I want to thank everyone for tuning through. My goodness. Thank you for tuning in, and make sure that you hit the like, hit the share. And always remember, each one teach one, and it's free to be kind. This is Rikishi. Peace. You have a good night.